Irti sitten.
Hyvä tuntunut. Vähän hiljaisempi kuin äsken.
Ei oo.
Ei mitään. Ei. Se hitaampi kuin äsken, mutta liukkaampi linja.
Joo.
There. 159. Yeah. Try to beat that.
Prøver oss på kant 8. Kant 8. Slipp mer da. Over. Alt på det, så det andre stjernen, så nå er jeg 2 tiendedeler.
Stopper du 3 meter kort på den, tenker jeg?
Nei, men du skjønner hva jeg mener.
Kan du spille 2 forskjellige spor hvis du vil det da?
Nei, nå har vi jo... Så bare så du vet, og andre stjernen nå, så det er 4 tiendedeler løsere på hver... Du kan bare holde den her halvvarm da.
Jeg synes det så ut som dere starter klokka jævlig sent på den andre, men det er altså...
Bare rent sånn her. Så får vi se hvor lang det er. Bare rent. Jeg legger maksen på andre.
Ja, vi er kjempeløst. Han er jo helt tjukk i huet da. Det er 13,5 og sånn på han andre. Han hadde 13,5, det husker jeg.
Ja, slapp på den andre gli bedre. Der hadde du fått. Tror ikke du skal legge på så mye. Hæ? Ja da. Jeg legger på litt. Vesentlig lenger. Se helt safe ut. Foreløpig flyr.
Good morning everybody and welcome back to the Gears Centre here in Perth for the Mercure City of Perth Masters Championship 2016. This morning's game we're bringing you is the A final, the qualifier to get into Sunday's playoffs. Delighted to have Kenny Edwards here as our commentator this morning, joining myself, David Hay. What should be a really good game, Kenny, between two of the top teams in Europe.
Yeah, certainly, Dave. Thomas Ulsrud, familiar face on the European and world stage. certainly probably go into this game as favourites. This Finnish side have been around for a number of years, playing at quite a few European championships, so I don't expect it to be a rollover win for T.Ulsrud.
Nope. Play starts. Ulsrud has the hammer at the first end. Jerma Puonen, 42-year-old IT consultant from Helsinki, getting the game underway.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if Tommy throws this one top of the floor like he has. Might have expected him to see him throw a tight guard.
What's interesting, actually, we covered T.Rantamaki's game yesterday morning on the web streaming, and he did exactly the opposite. He went quite aggressive at the first few ends, playing against a less experienced team, and I think this is maybe just showing a bit of respect towards the European silver medalist, the bronze medalist he was this year, T.Ulsrud, former world champion.
Yeah, so slight mistake from Haber van Petersen, throwing the corner guard into play, so a little bit of an error there. But teams not getting a practice before the game gets underway. There is a draw the shot challenge, so they get one practice stone and one draw to the button to determine who gets the last stone advantage or hammer in the first end.
Yeah, just one of the compromises to try and make to keep the event flowing. I think maybe after day 3 of the event, they feel the guys should be able to come out and play. The ice is very consistent. Paul Martin here in Perth, giving the guys a first-class ice surface to play on, swinging about 2 metres. It's running about 14.5 to 14.8 hog-to-hog speed-wise, so no excuses.
Yeah, expect to see both these ones go away, and they do.
Yeah, with the free guard zone, basically quite an an game. Kenny, what's your thoughts? Rantamaki is basically giving Ulsrud a fantastic chance to blank at the first end. You'll get the hammer at even ends, which is going to be a thing that all the top teams want to get the hammer, especially in the second half of the game when ends 4, 6 and 8.
Yeah, certainly. I think early on, I think Tommy really should have went tight with his first stone, make a play, maybe get a jump on the Norwegians. Not really making it difficult for them here. It's all good keeping the game tight. Doesn't really matter if you lose by 1, you lose by 5. You've still lost the game.
Yeah, that's exactly right. It's a triple knockout format here. There's not many points or ends you score. It's simply winning that counts.
It must be fairly difficult for yourself, Dave, adapting to this type of game with some stones in play, the free guard zone. So it's kind of new to the game for yourself, isn't it?
Well, back in the dark ages, Kenny, it wasn't really a problem when you scored your 2. It was joking apart, it was quite an interesting change, way for the better for a guy that played lead like I did most of the time. It made it a lot more interesting because you basically threw corner guards until you scored your 2 and you spent the rest of the day peeling the stones out of play, which wasn't a huge amount of fun. But after 7 or 8 ends of it, it got pretty tense towards the end when you make the quarter stone all the time. But I thank you for knocking my age, and I do actually still play the modern game.
Yeah, this also a 4 rock free guard zone. We are beginning to see 5 rock being played out in Canada and at some of the slams.
Yeah, I think the game's going to head that way eventually. The Grand Slam are really carrying the initiative just now. All the top teams tied up to that tour, and it's fantastic curling, great to watch. 8 ends, 5 rock rule, which means you can't hit a stone line between the hog line and the 12-foot, the blue circles. You can't take it out of play until the 5th stone's been played.
Yeah, quite like this call from T.Ulsrud, just throwing up the guards. Although Tommy does have a stone in the 12 foot. It's not really going to cause too much trouble.
No, it's probably to Ulsrud's advantage. I think at some point he'll probably come down and just play a freeze against that in case he doesn't want to be facing two as last one, be forced to take one. So at some stage he'll make a draw into the house, probably in Torga's second shot.
Yeah, you see the hair broom used by the Finnish skip. Generally don't see too many hair brooms now in play, just because of the debris that sometimes comes off of them.
Especially that one, it looks like it should be in the museum. It wasn't for Christmas this year, that's for certain. That's what's made of hog hair, the softer hair. It used to be used quite a lot going back a number of years. Most of the boys now are using one horsehair brush and one synthetic. You can see Howard Vad Pettersson on the top side of the stone there. He's using a hairbrush. In fact, so is Christopher Svei. They both got horsehair brushes today.
Yeah, they may have a synthetic pad within that hair broom though. Just looking at them, probably not. Nope, you see the top, so it's just a hair broom they're using.
Yeah, you do get the hybrid broom now, which has both. I think that's for the guys who can't make up their mind which one they should be using, just to cover both bases. So third player, Jari Schulman, making an in-turn takeout. It's great to see a strong field here this week though, Kenny. Some of the best teams in Europe and a couple of Canada's top teams as well.
Yeah, certainly most of the teams are in the sort of top 40, 50 in the World Curling Tour and sort of top 15 or 16 in the European Tour. So, and there are not too many Scottish teams here. Although saying that, teams that are here from Scotland are putting on a fairly good show.
Yeah, disappointing. We could have done with a few more Scottish boys. There was a entry of 40 teams for 32 places. So there was a ballot system to get down to the last 32 for the event. All teams start off on the A road. When you lose in the A, you drop into the B and then drop into C. And sadly, when you drop out of C, you're coming back next year.
Although they do run a consolation competition here at the Mercure Perth Masters. So if you do drop out of the competition with 3 defeats, you do have the chance of playing some more games.
Yeah, the reason for that, we just felt on the committee that some guys were travelling from Japan and China, huge travel distances, and if they had a bad draw or they found it difficult to start, it gives them a couple of extra games playing for some pocket money on the way home.
I certainly think that's a good idea. I mean, there's always ice available as you get to the business end of the tournament, so yeah, it's a good opportunity to throw some stones against some teams you might not face throughout the year.
That's right, because a lot of these guys are coming here for the experience and try and get good playing conditions against the best teams, because countries such as Denmark and Finland and even the US don't get a chance to play against the top European teams as often as some of the other nations. When they go to the European Championships and the Worlds, they'll get similar conditions to this, and it's not often that they get an opportunity to play on this sort of ice.
Well, this is Thomas Ulsrud just going to try and hit and run, I believe, this one. Yep,
perfect. Mission accomplished for them. Norway will be looking for a 2 with the last stone at the second end. Finland trying to force them to 1. So the Curling Champions Tour is bringing this coverage to you today with support from the RCC and British Curling and Liguer Switzerland, who are helping to produce the programme here today. We hope you enjoy this wherever you're watching in the world. The Perth Masters this year, a real multinational event with teams from Canada, Czech Republic, Denmark, Finland, Germany, Japan, Netherlands, Norway, Russia, Sweden, Switzerland, USA, and of course home nation Scotland.
It's been running for around 40 years, this 40th year, I believe. So it's fantastic to see it continuing. I don't believe there's probably another tournament on the tour that's been going as long as this one.
No, that's right, Kenny. It's a good time of year. It's just pre all the playdowns for most of the countries, starting their national championships, leading into the world qualification. Get the cobwebs out of the system after New Year.
Yeah, so just throwing that one back to you, it's not where you want to place that one. The reason being, if you're top of the button, you've got to play a stone to move it. Well, now that Howard Van Petersen or Thomas Ulsrud towards the end could probably come down and freeze that one and still sit short. So again, going the corner guard route. We'll want this maybe 2 or 3 feet short of the house. We don't want it too long because of the big swing on the ice. For me, I would like it maybe a couple of feet closer.
Yeah, I would agree, Kenny. But just past the Laguerre sign is the ideal place. Where it's sitting there, even if you draw behind it, you can still play a tap back and lie short.
So pulling in for Finland.
Trying to throw a guard up on his stone that slipped behind the tee line, his first one.
This one also looking a little bit quick for pace. And again, not where you want to throw that one.
Nah, it's a poor setup. You know, we talked a lot in the last couple of days about the requirement for a top class lead in the teams. When you look over the ice here and you see the leads playing for Kevin Cooey, probably the favourite for the championship, Ben Hebert, he could skip most teams in the world because he plays so well. It's about placement of these first couple of stones dictates the tactics for the rest of the end.
Yeah, so just playing a delicate tap back and just roll to the face of the red. Trying to pull the play right in behind that guard that they threw with Howard Van Petersen's first stone.
Pretty much perfect shot, isn't it, Kenny? So the Reds team here are going to hit and check to the left-hand side. As we look at it in the picture, it's going to be perfect for Norway then to both use the corner guard and have backing with the freeze.
Yeah, certainly. Even if Finland do hit and run with this, you're probably going to see Thomas Ulsrud just ignore that red stone and go around the corner. Well, does
good shot.
Sneak it past though, so that'll be just a hit and check. Maybe even just a slight roll to the centre and take the double.
Yeah, he'll be happy either way. I think either shot will be good for him.
Oh, Christopher in the hack does like to play the upweight takeout shots. Certainly favours them rather than a draw.
Yep.
So does jam it.
Just rolls a bit too far. And Rantamaki moves it from play.
Yeah, just a little high.
The Norwegian boys got a colourful uniform on today. Christopher Svei's their main fashion guru and designer of their gear.
Yeah, I think he needs some tips though.
Yeah, we hope he gets over his colour blindness fairly soon. Probably one of the most popular teams on the World Curling Tour, Norwegian boys. Great characters, been at the game for many years now and been hugely successful with world titles, European titles. The only thing that's missing for these guys is the Olympic gold. They came second in Vancouver in 2010. Been an outstanding team, Kenny.
Yeah, they have been. They've been brilliant. They're never too far away.
Great ambassadors for the game.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's because they have so much fun. They're never really unhappy. Even if they're having a difficult tournament, they're still very sociable. want to know what's going on. Out and about, don't lock themselves away, and don't let people see what goes on.
Yeah, that's right. They work hard at the game now, the guys. They're really trying, putting everything into qualification for Pyongyang in South Korea in 2018. I think they feel they've got unfinished business at the Olympic Games. Good aggressive call from Ulsrud there. He's not happy about playing for the shot in the house. He wants to try and set up the opportunity for a 2.
So Rantamaki just electing to peel that corner guard off. The reason being is the red stone that he has in play isn't on the centre line, so there's no point getting involved.
Torgan Ergar's first stone at the second end. Game 0-0 so far.
Femten!
Ren. Ligger bra. Japp. Ren. Japp. Hardt. Helt inn. Ren. Det er bra.
Straight takeout.
Joo.
What do you think, Kenny? Is he going to just run this end through and retain the hammer again for the next one? Nothing's much happening here.
Yeah, I think so. This is, for me, if you're going to play a team like T.Ulsrud and take them on, you've got to go after them. Keeping it tight. These guys are so experienced. You can blank right up to the 6th or 7th end. Them guys will not panic at all.
No, I agree with you. He doesn't have the hammer here, Rantamaki. He's got to be a bit more aggressive and try and throw some centre guards at the next end to get the game going, because all he's doing right now is running the clock down, keeping it close.
Yeah.
And as you said earlier on, Kenny, if he loses 4-3, it's the same as losing 10-1. It's a loss. You've got to try.
But they maybe feel that that's their only hope. If they go too aggressive, they will get caught out. One slight mistake. You can kind of understand why they're maybe playing this type of game.
Yeah, the other school of thought could be that he's trying to frustrate Norwegians, keep as few stones in play. They like to get the game going and get big ends built up.
Yeah, certainly have probably employed that tactic a couple of times just to against some of the bigger teams historically, just because they like lots of stones in play. So let's just see if we can make them squeak a little bit by just hitting everything in sight.
I know, I've seen you trying that tactic when you're coaching Lauren Gray. It was about as much fun as watching paint dry most of the time. It was a shame for the girls, all that ability, and their coach refused to let them get 2 stones in play. And I spent my time trying to calm my team down, assuring them.
Well, so it certainly worked, didn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, but these guys are probably a little bit too long in the tooth to let that sort of happen to them.
Yeah, no, they've been on the go for many years, playing out of Oslo in Norway.
It's actually a really good shot. We'll make sure that Finland will hang around and remove that yellow, so there's no chance of a freeze with his last.
Yep, important for Norway to lie there. Similar end to the first end, leaving T.Ulsrud the same shot to clear out the red stone and try to blank the end. He's just trying to check and make sure it doesn't jam on the yellow on the wing.
Se litt hvis du klarer å se opp, hvis ikke jeg hører. Se på Torget.
You can follow the other games online at the curlingchampionstour.org or perthmasters.com. Both websites cover the results from all the other games. The other A final qualifier this morning is Dave Murdoch of Scotland playing against Kevin Cooey from Calgary in Canada. And currently Cooey leads by 2 shots after one end. Not much panic here. In turn takeout. Well judged, hits half it and blanks the end.
Yeah, so hopefully we'll see some more stones in play in the third end.
Vieläkö? Vieläkö?
Finnish team, T.Rantamaki from the Hyvinka Curling Club just outside Helsinki. An experienced team, been around a number of years now. 4 times national champions, starting off in 92, 94, 2009 and 2013. And they made the quarter-finals here in the Perth Masters 2 years ago. Good to see the Finns out numbers, Ken. There's 3 teams here this year from Finland.
Yeah, there's only sort of one team from Finland for the past sort of 2 or 3 years, which has Kausta. But now they're beginning to flood the market, let's say, with a few up-and-coming teams.
Yeah, Kausta, Rantamaki and Kiskinen all here this year. All pretty experienced teams, been around for a while.
Yeah, just interesting, this Finnish side. There's a 15-year gap between the national championships and the national wins, so between 94 and 09. So whether it be family commitments or just a career, I think that's possibly what puts pay to a lot of people, not just in Finland but all around the world.
Big time commitment, big financial commitment. It's not for everybody. It's a lot of sacrifices to get to the top level, not just from the players but from their families and businesses as well.
Yeah, these guys have certainly made a few sacrifices over the years. They've put everything into the game. They're pretty much living out a suitcase. When they're not in Canada, they're in Europe somewhere, or back home, training, coaching, TV.
Torga, we can see in the picture, he's a mechanical engineer, design engineer from Oslo. Jeremy Pulinen, 42-year-old IT consultant, trying to throw an in-turn shot. They're calling these into the house, Kenny, and they're really not putting a lot of pressure on, and by default this has come up short, which may get a bit of an end going this time. He was calling that into the top of the 8-foot.
Yeah, so now I think we'll see Thomas come around the high side. But I like to just come the end turn.
Havard van Pettersson, one of the best leads in the world. Very, very consistent, great team player.
Yeah, I would have thought they'd maybe come around the out turn. Reason being, if you pull up a little bit short, you're blocking the centre, and that's not really where you want to be. But when you've got a player like Howard van Petersen, you've got to expect he's going to put it within 6 to 8 inches of where you expect for the stone to end up. That's a nicely played shot.
Yeah, lovely shot, perfect. He's in front of the tee line. That's what we call the control stone. The game's going to have to revolve around that. That's the key stone of the 4 that are in play. Good draw, nice, Ken. He's almost come past the centre of the stone, and any angle Finland tried to remove that on the out turn or the right hand side would probably lock it on the back one. Pekapura Trying to follow down and
Yeah, just let that one go really early. And to sneak past though. You see the cut on the ice there.
big swing on the ice when that was hack weight. No, we won't be too worried about that. They've got more red stones now. They've got red stones lying behind the tee line behind both guards. And Thomas is changing tactics now and going to go behind the corner guard. As Kenny said, it will eliminate the game from the centre, which is not where he wants the play to be because it restricts his target area by doing that.
Yeah, got a couple of options. Even if he does split the corner guard off and roll in behind the centre, he'd probably be top of the 8 foot. So don't expect this one to be on the high side.
Weight looks pretty good. Yes, just nursing it down. And now they're trying to get to finish by using the hairbrush at the end to push it in.
Yeah, maybe a couple of feet too deep. I would have liked that, maybe top of the 8 foot. Yeah, you can see that Finland will see most of that stone, so they'll just come down at hack weight, just tapping his foot to indicate where they would like it hit.
Again, even if he plays the shot perfectly, Kenny, the stone's going to be either on the tee line or just behind it, which won't really worry Norway too much. It's to their advantage. Jeremy Poulin trying to keep it straight. Hasn't managed that.
Yeah, he played it the weight so that it would spin down the house. It does hang around. Isn't in too dangerous a situation though. Everything's back tee.
Whilst there's a lot of reds in the house, Kenny, they're not actually doing much good, are they? They're all behind the tee and they're really helping Norway more than Finland just now.
Yeah, absolutely. That's why it's so critical for your leads to be top of that 4 foot or really quite tight with their corner guards.
Every curling stone's slightly different. Some will maybe move another couple of metres further than other ones and they'll curl a few centimetres more as well, so it's important for each individual player to get the feel for the stones he's playing with that day and find out how far they're going. And we saw Christopher Svei there just indicating to Skip that he wanted a bit less ice. I think he might be regretting that now though.
Yeah, just a soft and light really.
Not Chris's best shot there. Probably more the weight, Kenny, than anything else. If he had a bit more weight, he was nowhere near the house. Next event for T.Ulsrud is Las Vegas next week for the Continental Cup, which is the Ryder Cup of curling, where Canada and America take on the rest of the world. Played in the Orleans Arena, a fantastic setup. It was there a couple of years ago, and the 5,500 seats were sold out for all 11 draws.
Yeah, it's great to see curling touring the world, especially in a city like Las Vegas. Great opportunity for these guys to showcase what they can do.
So Finland trying the in-turn draw around the guards.
This one looking a little bit heavy at the moment.
Doesn't want to slip behind that tee line again, but he is.
Does leave a nice pocket.
Nice first shot for Norway to come down on top of that. They want to sit just short of that so they can use that as backing.
Yeah, he needs to be pretty perfect with this one. Needs to be just fully inside the 4 foot. Because what Finland could do is hit off the yellow back of the 4 and roll into the reds themselves.
Getting cover is the main thing, isn't it? So he didn't get a chance of a double off this played shot. Super's working it hard. Needs it for weight, I think, Kenny.
Yeah, definitely. Not a lot of rotation on that one.
So Just light as well, it's needing the weight to get there.
59.
Norway not punishing Finland for going behind the tee this end. They've given them a few get out of jail cards.
Taas ilmanen pois.
So, decision time for Finland. Do they play a hit on the yellow just to remove it? Or do they come around again? Do you come around on the out turn?
That's what I fancy. Kenny's lying 1, possibly 2. The second shots are very close.
I think he's thinking about hitting the yellow purely because that's exactly what Norway would do. Just hit and check into the little pocket.
Yeah, but if you can come around out turn and lie top of the button and lie 2, it'd be tough for Norway even to get shot doing that. And this is maybe a little defensive. It's going to give Norway the opportunity to come in behind the guards themselves. Suomenen's second shot, has he got the line right? It's a nice roll in.
Yeah, it does make a nice shot, but for me everything's back tee, so it's not really that big a danger. And we all know T.Ulsrud does love these shots, just to come down and nestle against something and spoil what you think's going to be a good end for you.
The good thing for Finland is they've got the scoring area reduced now to about a foot and a half into the pot lid, or the centre of the house, the white circle. And Norway don't like that. They're looking at perhaps opening this all up to make it easier. Hit the yellow guard in the middle there on the left hand side, run through, touch the other guard, maybe drive it back and open the whole centre up.
It's certainly there if you catch it around 3/4 stone. You might be able to drag the yellow on the centre line back onto the reds in the house as well. And that's exactly what he's looking at. So, old school delivery, lifting the stone. Not many guys on the tour are doing that now.
No, that's the older style, but it's been effective for Torg over the years. Look at that one there, catches it, rolls it. Not bad. Open the front up, Kenny, 1 guard left.
Yeah, just looking at the angles now, it's looking pretty nice for Finland. If they could come down and just get a piece of the forefoot, maybe just a couple of inches.
Rantamaki will also have in the back of his mind here that even if he forces a 1 at this end, it'll give him the hammer on the 4th end when there's 8 end games. 1 down, he wouldn't be too disappointed with that. T.Rantamaki, the national coach for curling in Finland as well. Delighted this year when Una Kaust got the bronze medal for the girls in Esbjerg in Denmark, European Championship in November.
Yeah, certainly were a surprise package at the Europeans. Really got off to a good start at the European Championship. I think they won 4 or 5 on the bounce.
Good team, played a solid week of curling. So what can Tommy do here? Playing in turn, draw around, trying to get top of the 4-foot.
Yeah, waiting line looks pretty nice at the moment. Does need to curl ever so slightly though. Just been a little bit eager with the sweep in, I think.
Didn't quite get enough finish on it. Ulsrud will see most of that stone. Yep, sees it all. Going to play the run back double here. To make the double, he will not be hidden, so he'll give Finland a chance to force the 1.
nese, eller du tåler også eventuelt i løsspill innsiden, da. Ikke high, ikke sant? 11.
Just looking across the other A-Road qualifier, Kevin Cooey stole one in the second end to lead Murdoch 3 shots to 0.
Yeah, Murdoch did actually have a nose hit for 2 to tie the game up. Not sure exactly what happened with that one though.
T.Ulsrud trying to double take out here. Beautiful shot, well played.
Yeah, great stone by the skip.
Amazing how quickly it changes. Kenny, all of a sudden Finland have to hit and stay here, otherwise he's going to leave that double takeout that T.Rantamaki indicated to his third player, Jari Suomara.
Yeah, also got to watch, doesn't want to be narrow. Jam it on the back red and the 8 foot. So we'll just look for
Ihan pieni rolli vasempaa.
on the nose, just maybe ever so slightly to the left.
Try and lie 3, force Norway to probably draw for their 1. They won't be easy to hit. If he hits this just off the nose and Norway hit him, Finland would lie 1 at the back. Tommy can't afford to make too many mistakes as national coach, can he? The rest of the guys will tell him he can talk it but he can't play it. You know? Talk the talk but not walk the walk.
This one looking pretty nice at the moment. That's a fantastic shot.
Well played. Just as we were saying a few moments ago, it means that Norway can't nose hit that shot to lie 1. We're just checking that.
Yeah, I think all they've got is a draw around to the 4 foot.
Not that easy a shot. There's a guard to come past. You've got to swing enough to get past the one on top of the 4 foot. That's the dilemma. They're just having a little think about it. There's the out-turn draw.
Yeah, I think that would
red.
be probably the easier shot, but they've not played up there, so they probably don't know what weight to play at this.
Well, they're discussing the fact that if he nose hits it to be safe, makes a double, he scores 1. If he doesn't, he only loses 1. That's the conclusion. Red straight back onto red, run them out to lie 1. And if you miss the back one, you should lie in the house and you'll only lose 1 that way.
Borger! Vi spiller på hår lavt da, med 11!
Ruller en stein høyre, liksom. Hæ? Det var mye penger. Ser du opp, eller er det bråket?
Thomas just composing himself for playing this in-turn double.
I've not played a lot of weight at this. Just wants to control the Yellowstone.
Trying to roll in the way as well, I think. Lovely shot.
Yeah, great shot.
Really, really good shot.
Han var ikke keen på å dra der, altså.
8 feet between the 2 stones. A good coaching tip for any young teams watching that. You don't have to throw it twice round your head.
No.
Nice control weight, fast ice, good sweepers. After 3 ends, I think Rantamaki will be relatively happy. Both teams playing pretty well, averaging 86% for Rantamaki and 85% for Norway. A very close game. Ulsrud himself playing 100 and T.Rantamaki at 92. So both skips playing a lot of really good shots. You always remember that you got to bear in mind with percentages that the degree of difficulty of the skips. Stones is a lot more.
Yeah, certainly the skips are the guys that
Kai sinne kokonaan ulos tarvitaan
Play
vähän
the-
kovaa, jos olisi kovalla niin
the
siellä
big
tullut,
shots.
niin rollannut aika helposti huonommaksi.
So, like you say, the level of difficulty for the skips is a little bit higher than what you would say for a leader or second player.
But a lot of it is psychological. At the end of the day, we mentioned earlier on that we're looking for Howard to place this stone perfectly, just tight to the rings, foot short is what they're after, metre short, just where Thomas's brush is there.
15-4 urørt dit. Jeg tror det er bedre sig i den.
Good
Altså.
shot, well played. And that's what we haven't seen the first few ends from Finland. Jarmo Pulinen was heavy in a lot of his draws.
Yeah, we should see some entertaining stuff here on the fourth end.
Ei, irti, tee!
So is he electing trying to split the centre off? That's exactly what he's trying to do, I think.
Takapunainen!
But
Takapunainen!
Finland are continuing a fairly negative defensive approach towards the game.
Takavalkoinen!
You can run, but at some point you've got to
Make a play, you know.
Yeah. Not sure that's a good call, Kenny. I think that's fairly negative at this stage. If you're level or one up, no problem with that. But when you're one down, you've got to construct an end and start scoring. If Howard comes round here and lies on top of the 4 foot, it won't look too good for Finland. Nice line. Torge with a hairbrush next to stone, trying to get to finish as much as possible. They're sweeping it to get more draw on the stone.
Yeah, it does drift a little, maybe a couple of feet too far. But he's got it in line with the red, so
basically he was sacrificing the ideal distance to get a bit of extra draw. Reducing the scoring area is a great thing when you haven't got last stone. It makes it tough for other guys to get a big number.
Jarmo Pulinen has sort of struggled with weight control in this game. Chips the centre and rolls down in.
Not really a great result. Mercure Hotel is the main sponsor of the event, hosted a players' dinner last night, so fantastic meal was provided, a bit of tradition about it. Haggis, maybe he hasn't agreed with Jarmo.
No.
Now they're trying to hit more in here. Doesn't quite draw enough.
Yeah, a little bit fortunate to squeak past the yellow on the 4 foot. So, what's the call here, Dave? I think it's just a draw round.
I think it's indicating just draw weight to come in there and face the yellow one. Finland's got to watch here. They're starting to get sucked in around the centre guard. I think he's actually trying to play a hack weight and come off the yellow that Sfar just played.
It's actually quite a nice shot.
Yep. Taking the game away from the middle.
Jeg liker å slå og rulle. Slå! Gå inn.
There's a discussion going on whether they want to come around the yellow guard with a draw or hit and roll off this one, and the boys at the far away end.
Yeah, I think the discussion is they don't want too many red stones in play, so
They'll be quite keen to force Finland to one here. Harvard sweeping hard to try and keep it straight. Now they want more swing, so Torga sweeps on the high side.
It's a little bit of cat and mouse here. Really, they're both waiting for a slight mistake.
Not a bad shot by Norway there. It's protecting their shot stone at the back of the forefoot. Finland going to play an out-turn barrier here, try and hit the top stone. Either get the double or roll behind the guard.
Yeah, this one really taken off the centre line.
Yeah, didn't get the roll he was hoping for. Left the yellow covered. Chance for Norway to draw in lie two. The release is vital in this ice, Kenny. If you soft hand them at all, they draw massively right from the moment you let the stone go. If you have a clean release, go out to the brush, they don't draw a lot from hog to hog. It's from the faraway hog line down into the house you get all the finish. And you quite often see some of the less experienced teams or teams who don't get a chance to play on this type of ice as regularly be caught out by that.
Yeah, that's why you've got to have a real nice positive, probably 2.5 to 3 rotations on arena ice. And this one, that's only 2 rotations, Batorga there, and that's probably why it just turned a little bit too much.
Yeah, I would agree. It's exactly the problem he had. The weight was good. He was going to be top of the forefoot with that one, but it was just a soft release, not enough handle. The curling stone itself is 12 inches wide, but it only runs on about a 6-inch running band on the bottom. And the running band that's in contact ice is only about 6 millimeters wide. And that's the reason that sometimes you see the odd stone pick up, a bit of hair or material off clothing, a bit of dirt on the ice, can deviate the stone dramatically offline. A bit like a kick in snooker, Kenny.
Yeah, certainly. Certainly the evolution of the synthetic pad has reduced the amount of pickups, and the awareness of what debris can do has helped the game.
Technology and modern equipment providing near perfect ice surfaces. We've used the analogy before that if you were to go putting, Kenny, with Rory McIlroy or Jordan Spieth in the ploughed field, you might have an outside chance. But it's Andrews or Augusta. I've seen you golf, and I have to say there's no chance. And curling's the same. If you put the best teams onto poor ice conditions, it's a great leveller. However, with perfect conditions, the gulf between the good teams and not so good teams is huge.
Is that maybe why you won so many Scottish Championships, Dave?
It certainly wasn't a golf one, I can assure you of that. It's a poor shot by Finland there, just too heavy. Came through and tapped his own shot back.
Yeah, so opportunity now for Norway just to come around, tap the yellow, and possibly make it difficult for Finland to even score that single point.
Working it hard.
Great sweep from Halvor Van Petersen. Didn't even play the tap, just played it cold to the button.
Perfect shot. Today's coverage of the Curling Champions Tour
Hakki.
is brought to you in association with the British Curling, Liguere, Switzerland, and the RCC, Royal Caledonian Curling Club, who have all part-funded the coverage today, which we're greatly appreciative of. And the event itself, the Mercure Perth Masters, sponsored by the Mercure Hotel Group, Perth Honda, the City of Perth Council, and Live Active Leisure.
Vähän reilu Hakki!
We operate the facility here in Perth. Jerry Sumana trying desperate to get past this guard. Doesn't make it, catches the top one.
Yeah, so now things looking rather difficult for Finland.
Meni vähän aikaa ennen kuin mä hokasin, että mun oikeesti piti harjata. Tuolta ei kuulu
No
mitään.
real clear route in there. If T.Ulsrud can maybe just put something around that centre guard.
Yeah, there's a good way to miss that shot and a bad way to miss that shot. He caught the wrong guard, he caught the wide guard. If he was tight, it wasn't a disaster to open it up. He's left it all covered up, and it's going to be tough, as you say, to make any move here.
Yeah, I think you've got to come around into the top of the forefoot with this one. I think Thomas was looking at hitting the yellow back 8 foot onto the red back of the fort. Don't really like that call. I think you've got to come right onto the centre line round it. There's a big enough swing right there.
Yeah, I think he's just looking at all the possibilities, and like you, I think he'll be sure he makes that. He's just worried he sits open and it gives Finland a chance of a double. With quite a few red shots lying around the edges. There's players in. Come on, skipper. Don't look at the negatives. Slide down there, drop it on top of the forefoot.
Skjønner du? Det må gi beskjed om tidlig, altså. Vi tåler ikke å skråfryse egen da...
Hvis du holder kjeft og lar oss jobbe,
Ja,
så...
men jeg skal bare si at vi må melde tidlig.
Nå begynner han kanskje å sette seg. Er det håpløst å stoppe topp 12, liksom?
Nei, det er også greit.
Jeg synes det er det hele marginen, altså.
Samme som på Hammer. Det er det, ikke sant?
Yeah, so really key shot for T.Ulsrud in this fourth end. Opportunity to apply some pressure for the first time.
Mentioned a few times, Kenny, Finland have been quite negative with their tactics, and this is the resultant situation that Norway have the upper hand.
Gets past the guard.
Oh, this looks good.
Oh, great shot.
Absolutely perfect. So we mentioned earlier in the commentary that it's okay being defensive and keeping it tight, but at some point you've got to try and win the game, and Finland have perhaps been too negative. Norway have got all the pressure on here. T.Rantamaki looking at making a play on the front guard, trying to run it back into the yellows and open it up.
Ja näin päin vissiin.
If he hits it just on the left side of the centre, on the tight side, he's got a chance of moving a lot of stones.
Doesn't look great for Finland from that angle. Doesn't want to be tight and crash the yellow into the red top of the 8 foot anyway.
No. Or nose it straight back. Coming down with a big weight this time.
This looks pretty close to nose. Oh,
What
great
a beautiful shot.
Hyvä.
Absolutely perfect.
Hyvä heitto.
So picks the two yellows out of the forefoot.
Momentum swing there.
Oh, definitely.
Huge shot. We just got to be careful now. They can draw down in front of the red to lie 1, or they can move it and roll to the side to lie 2. They don't want to lose a 2 here. They're trying to make sure they cover all the bases.
Yeah, I think You've just got to come down, maybe back 8 foot weight and check the
Vi må dra. Hvilken vei
The
liker
red.
dere å dra? Jeg vet ikke.
Da ligger jeg og fryser på outside.
Hva sier det der?
Personally, I've just fancied the draw down,
Jeg bare på inn her.
force the one.
Plutselig står det en jævel eller to. Og outside kan i hvert fall sperre dragninga.
I think the problem I've got is if you come down and
Jeg må inn i 4 fot, ja.
just sit top of the 4, you might leave a slash double for 3.
Frysen bra da.
Yeah, they're looking at trying to cover all the bases so they can't possibly lose any more than
So I
than a one.
I think Thomas is right. You've got to be right back on the edge of the red.
Ok, her. Der.
Det er ikke sant, hvis vi er tighte, så gjør det ingenting å gå. Vi kan ned og tappe på nesa.
As we mentioned before, Ken, there's so much swing and ice here that Finland can use both hands to access this shot if it's not well played.
Vi går for å få shotten. Hvis vi henger, så drar vi helt ned. Prøver å dra shot hele igjen. Ikke sant? Er vi...
Just making sure everybody's totally clear on what he intends doing.
4 fot.
Ok.
They often speak with fairly loud voices, Norwegian boys. You think they're shouting at each other, but it's just their natural way.
De samme. Marginen er faktisk lang her nå, da. Ikke...
Out turn draw. Norway's last stone at the fourth end. Finland got one to come.
Line and weight looks pretty good at the moment.
Certainly right up there.
I think that was what he was trying to make sure. Finds a nice
Good
spot though.
stone. It will be open on the end. I think it's over curl, Kenny, but it can't get a double from that, I don't think.
I don't think so. No real opportunity.
Great shot.
But they're looking at running the red back that's tight onto the yellow, possibly pick the other yellow for a count of 4.
Siis voi tulla myös 2 varastuksella. Mutta
Onko toi kakkonen toi
olisiko
meidän
siinä
takakivi?
mahku, jos tolla tulee tohon, että tää tulisi niinku näin.
This is a case of you feeling lucky today. Make this shot, Kenny. You've got a great chance of winning the game. Get this for a 4. Miss it, you're 2 down, and I would say your chances against T.Ulsrud in the 4-end game statistically aren't great.
No.
You're less than 10% chance of winning the game.
Rollii mieluummin vai?
Draw down here, take your 1.
Jotenkin kiihottaa, yrittää ratsaa tosta.
You're still right in the game. 4-end game, tied. Don't have the hammer. Try and force Norway to 1. Get your 2 back. You have a chance. You're a gambler or you're a drawer?
As you know, I'm a big gambler, Dave, so he's just played this. That's probably why he's looking at it. He knows where to put the broom. As long as he can throw it clean, he isn't probably going to be that far away.
Ota keskeltä kiveen merkki.
Ihan pikkusen ulkoposkeen vissiin osumaan,
Well,
niin sit se osuu puolikkaalle tuolla.
T.Rantamaki has played a lot of good shots, both in this game and in the previous game we watched him on the webcast. This is the biggest one he's having to play by far. He's throwing caution to wind here.
Yeah, make it, you're in the right good spot for picking up the win. Don't make it, you're in deep trouble.
Yeah. Not a percentage shot, but it's he's feeling he's worth the gamble.
Hei! Pekka!
Coming down a big weight.
Pekka!
Out turn race takeout. It's a little high just now. Oh, well, he gets away with it. Gets away
Bit
with it.
fortunate.
A different way of scoring the 1.
Okay.
Game tied up. 1 shot each after 4 ends of play. Norway hold the hammer, go into end 5. Well, will we now see the Finns try to be a bit more aggressive and go short with their first stone? They've been in the house pretty much every end up till now.
Was thinking, and I think we should
Yeah, I
get
think
back
it's
one minute.
It's not through choice, I think it's just through the fact that they can't throw the lightweight.
Her på vingene så er det glattere.
Jeg synes aldri det har vært så bredt.
Nei. Så det er bare innstilt på det. Den siste her nå føler jeg at jeg legger på der, for den var mer i midten. Den døde jo ganske bra. Nei. Ok. Få orden på dragfarta, så er vi der.
Looking over the percentages after 4 ends of play. T.Rantamaki 84, Team Norway 84. It's definitely a skips game here. T.Rantamaki playing 91% through the first 4 ends of play. However, T.Ulsrud is 100% for his 8 stones so far. It doesn't matter how your team play, as long as the skips make the last stones, it can dictate the scoreboard.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, playing a 100% game, you'd expect to be up in the game, but the game's tied.
And mainly because Tommy's playing very well against him.
He does manage to throw this one short, but it's fairly long, so will need to throw another guard up onto the centre, quite tight to this one.
Mulla on vähän semmoinen tuntuu, että se 8 voisi olla vähän hitaampi kuin toi.
You see, interesting if Thomas is going to the wing or a guard. It's 5th end, so I probably think he will throw this one into the house.
Yep, I agree. I'm sure he's going to try and go to the edge of the 12 foot this time, with a view of blanking the end. If anything works out for him by a mistake from Finland, he'll take his 2, but he would, through choice, prefer to blank it.
Aldri av den der. Hard. Så lenge det er liv inn. Så lenge det er liv inn. Kom igjen.
Hard to be too critical of Rantamaki's tactics. He came with a game plan to keep it close and hang in there. Put a bit of pressure on Norway in the latter half of the game. And so far his game plan's worked reasonably well. But I do feel he's going to have to make a move at some point to turn the hammer.
Yeah, so I'm just going to hit this one in the house, and hopefully they'll get the chance to maybe use that centre guard later in the end. But as I said, it's fairly long. You'd probably be able to come around that at hack weight and chip something out of the plate.
Yeah, we said before, Kenny, the gear signs the target for your corner guards just past that. Anywhere between there and the front ring is good. As short as that one is, you can almost play a barrier weight round there and not hit it. It's more of a guide than a guard.
Yeah, well, that's certainly what the brush is for yourself, Dave, isn't it?
So a lot of my skips called it a very rough guide as well. Ken, my theory always was it's only their best guess. I would just take more nice after that. That was what they were hoping that would be about right, you know. It's only fair to help them out. When you've played with guys like Dave Smith and Warwick Smith and these sort of chaps, it was just a rough guide. They were hoping to be in that area somewhere.
Well, Smithy used to put the brush in the middle of the stone and just square it, isn't it? Is that not the theory?
Well, before all this new theory of sweeping technology came in, it was just the other day I was speaking to Pete Smith and we were always wondering why we could never get an out turn to draw. All our interns drew like hell. With 2 sweepers on one side, and pushing it across all the time, and the out turns were running straight. And yeah, we did have a preference for the out turn. We always thought the in turn was for a shot you could play if you couldn't see the out turn shot.
Yeah, so again, a little bit of jostling for position here in the 5th. It's who can make the first play in behind that centre.
Whoa! Håvard! Rammesorgen! Håvard!
Christopher Sva, second player. Playing the hit and roll here. Nice shot.
Yeah, getting closer.
Not fully covered, but getting closer to the centre line. T.Rantamaki always aware that Norway are trying to blank this end. Can't afford too many mistakes.
That's probably why he was looking to roll away from the centre. Try and get into the scoring area. Although it is short, it poses a bit of a problem for Thomas.
Kan vi rulle inn andre veien her, det er lettere.
Just playing a quieter weight here, barrier weight.
Det er over en kvarting på innsida hvis du vil rulle innover. Rulle den veien.
The Mercure Perth Masters is part of the Curling Champions Tour. Global tour for curling events around the world. Today's coverage brought to you by the Gruyere Switzerland in association with the RCC, Royal Caledonian Curling Club, and the Try Curling Initiative, along with British Curling, promoting the game in the UK. Hope you're enjoying today's game wherever you are in the world. It's a very close game, tied at 1-1, playing the fifth end, which we're now halfway through. Bit of cat and mouse. Nobody's giving an inch here. What's your thoughts on this call here, Kenny?
Yeah.
Not fancy using that centre guard now?
You've got to, really. Even something up tight to the house, up alongside this, isn't a disaster. Makes a hit and roll into place. Nice shot.
Yep. Nothing wrong with the shot. It's maybe the tactics we're questioning.
Yeah.
Finland seem quite happy, but I don't understand how they're going to plan to win the game playing the way they are. Norway will certainly be very happy with this.
Yeah, I think we've got to remember these guys play regularly together, so they know what their team suits, what tactics suit their team. So what suits one team doesn't suit another. You've got to play to your strengths. And a great shot there from Torgen Ergaard.
Perfect. Again, look at the way he's playing. Just barrier weight, no more.
Yep.
Hit half the stone, rolled it beautifully behind the guard. The length between the two shots will come into Finland's advantage now. They'll be able to come round this and make a nose hit. If the guard had been closer to the house, he would never be able to hit it in the nose. Shoma. And second shot at the fifth end.
So splits the centre off and leaves two corners.
So disappointing effort from Jerry there, light and tight. This is the exact stage that Norway will now be thinking, well, rather than blanking the end, we have an opportunity here for a score of 2.
Yeah, great opportunity to score 2. We'll look to maybe go out wide.
I guess it's this stage in the end, Kenny, when your theory of retaining the hammer for the even ends goes out the window. You're happy to score a 2, leading by 2 in a 3-end game. Finland then have to come out and try and play.
Even if you do give up a 2, you know, you should have. You have the last stone advantage. You hold the key.
That's right. So the boys will be discussing here: do we go for an open draw, or do we try and split that yellow? Push it one behind the right-hand guard, one behind the left-hand guard. Or do we just stop level with it? They're trying desperately to set up the end without leaving a double takeout for Finland.
Vil vi dypt eller høyt? Køler ikke mye utover.
Torgen Ergar, out-turn rotation. And split the stone.
Yeah, Torga himself, quite an accomplished skip player, stepped in to play skip in Cortina d'Ampezzo, Italy, back in 2011, I think, at the World Championships. And they managed to pick up a silver medal, losing out to Kevin Kui's side in the final. So, a good skip and accomplished player himself, further up the rink. I think that's why Torga and Thomas work so well together.
Yeah, I think it's the benchmark of all the top teams in the world. It wouldn't really matter too much which way around you played the team. They could all do well. This team in particular, I'm sure Harvard would be a very good skip as well.
Yeah, again, junior level, Howard was a skip, so you know, they've all had the experience of reading teams, reading opposition.
Noin päin. Jotakin voimaa. Hakkia vissiin.
Nice shot from Torga. Perhaps rolled ran a foot further than you'd liked. T.Rantamaki going up the outside now to try and play an in-turn tap back here. I've seen a few of these shots this week, Kenny, when they go out as wide as that, they really pull huge off the banking.
Yeah, so if you're going to throw this shot, you're probably going to have to put maybe a little bit more rotation on it, just to hold it straight initially. I'm not sure. Put that one up the hill.
No,
I think it's a little soft.
Sweeping hard right from the start. This picks up this big swing at the end. He could be in trouble here. Doesn't have much weight. He's played it well. Good shot.
12-4. Hyvä hiljainen. Hyvä oli.
Pekka swept well there. Held it straight.
Yeah, I think you've got to come off the centre with this one. So just look for maybe hack weight around that long guard. Just push the red through. More than likely going to roll to the centre and leave a double though for Finland. There's a long guard, Kenny, and the guard is coming around. It's only about a metre over the hog line, so you could probably get the nose of this one. Looking for the same weight as Finland played with the last shot. Just enough to move it out of the house. Very smooth delivery. Yeah, these guys have thrown thousands of stones, so they know how they throw it. You see the movement off the centre line now. It's pulling massively. Robs the guard, but played it at a weight, so he's going to get something out of it. He got a little bit of a bonus there, but he's facing two with his last one. But maybe get an opportunity to score two. T.Rantamaki will need to at least roll in behind.
Vasemmalta tulee heti tuplan
But even if
paikka.
it does roll in behind, there's probably going to be a double.
Ainakaan voi jättää semmoista tuplan paikkaa niin.
Yeah, not an easy shot. He's going to get this pretty precise.
Ei se oo. No, taitaa olla
Trying
ihan
to hit roll
rinnakkain.
behind the yellow one. As long as he lies two is the main thing to.
Joo.
Yeah, looking at the angle there, although you can't see anything in the red in behind, you could probably play a controlled takeout weight and get probably a quarter stone.
Yep. Ah, that was not what he was after.
Yep.
Okay. Advantage Norway. Chance to score the first juice of the game.
Yeah, we'll be able to see most of this red, in fact, probably all of it. Just onto the nose. Can I score a 2?
His last one moved a lot down here. Big pool. We're playing a bit more weight.
Han er alt på high side er jo igjen uansett.
Clean side. Spiller den vanlig.
T.Ulsrud. Final shot at the fifth end. Out turn. Trying to make a double takeout here to score 2 points.
Håvard, Håvard.
Yeah, just keeping this one clean all the way down.
Håvard! 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 Håvard!
A bit more drawn out. It's pretty close.
Oh, great shot.
Beautiful shot.
Scores 2 and now leads 3-1 as they head into the sixth end.
Good end by Norway.
Joo. Ei muuta kuin kakkosta vaan taukoa.
Very well played. Now go back to that shot in the end there when when Finland elected to hit and roll into the house with the third player shot when there's 2 guards on. I think at that stage you should be trying to draw there, Kenny.
Yeah, quite possibly. Yeah.
6-4 oli se niitten määris tuohon teille. Oliko? 6-4.
Saattaa olla nousut vähän suurempi.
On. Alun jälkeen joo.
Niin.
On. Samaa mieltä.
Kyllä, on.
The other A-Road final has been won by Kevin Cooey in 4 ends against Dave Murdoch's team from Scotland. So they're the first team to qualify for Sunday's quarter-finals. Yannick Schwaller leads Aki Kaust 4-1, playing the fifth end. Rasmus Rana is 3-2 ahead of Kyle Smith, playing the fifth end. The Taylor Mout game is very close. Taylor heads 2-1 ahead. And Van Drop from Holland is beating Ramsfell from Norway by 7 shots to 0, playing the fifth. So after 5 ends in our game here, Team Finland shooting 81% and Team Norway 83%. The top player on ice is T.Ulsrud at 93%, and you can see why after the shot he played at the last end for 2. Great shot.
Yeah, Finland really going to have to go for broke here in the sixth end. I've got a feel they're going to have to score 2 points if they've got any hope of picking up a win here.
However, just slipping too far with his first shot was not great, but they worked really hard to get this over the hog line. I'm not sure it's going to get it over. No, he's failed. That's an out of bounds in golf, I'm afraid. That was a great chance wasted.
That's not reaching the ladies' tees, that one.
And you know what that means. This may look a bit different. He's taking his own stone out here. But the idea is because Finland played such a poor shot, This gives him a chance to have no stones in play. It's just... And Harvard, he's smiling about it, but so is Torga. They're laughing their heads off. It wasn't what he'd hoped for there. He wanted to clear the house out, try and leave nothing in play that would help the Finnish team.
Loppuko Jarmolta voima? Hyvä!
Just gets over the line. These guards are really way too long. He's trying to throw corner guards up, and he's throwing them so light that they're not getting a chance to draw to the corners. Tommy having a wry grin behind the head there. Won't be too happy with that. Regulation appeal from Christopher Sver.
Yeah, so probably just going to throw a corner and try and cover this one. It's back 8 foot. Hope for a nose. Or a hit and check to the other side from Norway.
Out turn corner guard. Pekapura. He's certainly not short right now.
Yeah, maybe had a little bit too much porridge oats this morning. This was going to make the house, I believe. Maybe just going to pull up short. It's actually quite a good shot.
Perfect position.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of stones short now with the hog lines. The ice is maybe just beginning to change ever so slightly.
Yeah, the boys were saying yesterday the last 3 ends of each game were slowing up a little bit as the pebble comes off the ice. But it's consistent, and that's what the top players want. They don't mind if the conditions change as long as it can change every game, does the same thing twice. Finland trying the same shot again. Norway will remove this one.
Yeah, probably electing to roll on the high side because it's the shorter distance.
Let's hit the stone on the left hand side.
Yeah, nice shot.
Good play. So at what point is Rantamaki going to make a freeze? Not now, he's wanting another guard out front.
Tälle ei kulje niin hyvin kuin sillä.
I like to throw a centre guard this time, maybe just to change the ice ever so slightly.
Yeah, I think you'll not want to put any more guards in that yellow in case Norway came round it and lie 2 behind the guard. Just a routine clearance here for Torganerga.
Yeah, this Norwegian side, once they're up in a game, it'll be very hard to get back at them.
Smart guys. T.Ulsrud, Torgen Ergar make very few tactical errors.
Pitäisikö nojassa säätää vaan suuntaan? 25,5 joo.
No real issues for them today as far as challenges from Finland are concerned so far.
Coming down to the stone in the house this time, trying to make a freeze.
Good call, you can't afford to go short again or Norway would come round and lie 2. Nice shot.
Yeah, good effort.
25,5, hyvä.
So T.Ulsrud playing out turn peel here. Wants to hit half the stone to. He'll be happy to sacrifice everything here. They'll all go. Need to be very thin to miss the back one.
Yeah, probably elect to spray everything.
Yep. Doesn't leave any backing. He's pretty happy with it. One off. Yep, great shot. Keeps his performance high. You can tell the success of the Norwegian boys with the amount of tracksuit advertising they're wearing.
Yeah, really are a kind of household name back in Norway. Everybody knows who these guys are.
Anybody who doesn't know them certainly knows their trousers.
Yeah.
They're infamous for having multiple ranges of highly coloured loudmouth gear.
Yeah, really did spring onto the scene at the Vancouver Olympics.
Yeah.
I believe even the King of Norway wore a pair at the final of the Olympics.
He had the Norwegian pants on, flying the flag. T.Rantamaki trying to drop the wing here. You can sweep it hard to get it there. Just going to go in. Just makes it. Las Vegas, the town of many colours, is ideal for Norway next week. They'll be well at home. They'll blend in with the locals.
Yeah, I think the last time Chris was in Norway, I think that the locals knew him. So.
In Vegas, you're right. Yeah, he was.
Yeah, he's been in Vegas a few times. Knows how to enjoy himself.
Yeah, if that sits there, which it's going to do, near perfect. Forcing Rantamaki to have to make a hit for the blank.
Throwing the weight at this one. That's going to hang around.
Just going to roll out.
Oh, he played enough weight.
I'll have to say that was a little fortuitous. He was aiming to hit that on the other side, but he got the result right. They all count. This was meant to be on the high side, but halfway down they realised it wasn't going to be the high side and swept it across to try and get it to swing more. A little fortunate there, but they'll be happy with the result. So Finland trail 3 shots to 1 going to the 7th end with the last stone in this A qualifier here in the city of Perth, bringing you the Mercure City of Perth Masters event. An event that's co-sponsored along with Mercure with Perth City Council, Perth Honda, T.Ulsrud Switzerland, the RCC, and Live Active Leisure bringing you today's coverage. Really strong performance by Torgen Ergar and T.Ulsrud. averaging close to 90% between them. T.Rantamaki having a good game at 85%, is pretty much keeping his team in it because
Linja bra!
Ut i glatta.
Finnish lead Jermo Pulinen has struggled this morning.
Ja, du må gå på den!
Bytt.
Yeah, it's more weight control than anything. A lot of his
T-line i hvert fall!
draws have been back tee, a couple of
Dra kølen, da.
stones short of the hog line as well.
Kom igjen, kom igjen, kom igjen, kom igjen, kom igjen.
Harvey Van Pettersson
Panisk. Jeg kunne bytte
a bit
til.
wide with that one. He'd be hoping to be closer to the centre than that. Not sure what happened there, but it picked up. Weight was good. So can Jermo find his weight this time? He's saying the last time the guards were way too long.
Hyvä Jermo.
Nice weight, good line, good shot, near perfect position. Harvard been asked for a draw top 4 foot, top 8 foot down the centre line.
En masse, altså. Plass.
Plass, plass!
Ingen linje!
Torgrim Christopher Sva just helping it down nice. Sweeping the stone, helps the stone run at the same momentum for longer. Two good sweepers will take the stone 3 to 4 metres further on ice, such as we've got today. Just a little heavy.
Ja siihen.
Ser ut som
Fan,
de
I'm
vil
gonna try and
ligge et eller annet redde der.
Draw into the pocket.
Näin sekin.
Se vaihtaisi vielä kerran. Maria.
So pulling in, just gonna try and throw another guard.
Kaukana just pelissä. Tule just peliin. Tule just peliin. Tule just peliin.
I don't think Thomas Ulsrud will be too worried
Siellä
about
puoliväliä
this
nähnytkään
situation.
harjoamatta.
He's got game control, Kenny. He's got 2 ends to go. Filling with the hammer here. And even if they did score a 2 here, he's going to be tied coming home with the last stone, which is
Tredje
Ta
del!
fra innsida.
a good position for Norway.
Gå når du er på.
The way it's set up so far after the first 4 stones, it's certainly not in any danger at the moment for Thomas. Christopher Sva, second player. Going for the in-turn. Trying to get very thin here. Well, he was close, wasn't far away. Like to have had the double, but may get another chance for the next one.
Yeah, I think the reason they took it that way is because if they maybe went for the slash, you could have bounced the red back across. You're only ever going to push the red straight back through the house, so...
Yep. Same shot again. Trying to set up some cover to build an end.
Puoliväli! 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 Harjaa. Puoliväli vasta. Vähän yli puoliväli. Nyt tulee jo. Mennä siihen. Vedä.
Good weight coming down nicely. And
Vedä.
trying to leave them level so there's no double on the guards.
15,5. 24,8.
Thomas wants this guard removed. Doesn't want to leave anything up here. They could come round and use his yellows in the house, which are not perfectly set up for Norway. Too close together, and
Yeah, no mistake from Christopher there. Just pulls the guard off. So for me now, getting to seconds final stone, I might actually just be tempted to come down and just freeze the one, maybe tap it back on the tee line, the one set closest to the centre line, just to try and create a little nest.
Yeah, that's what I would like as well, Kenny. You can just come down to the yellow that's closest to the centre, move it back half a metre, quarter metre, lie in front of them. Hopefully the Norway would remove some of their own stones when they took your one out. It will bring the corner guard back into play. Because we're going through the stones rapidly here. We've got 4 stones to come from each side. And nothing's happening for Finland. It's all pretty routine for Norway.
Yeah,
This could be a double this time.
Thinking of it, the Team Norway would probably ignore the red stone if you just played the freeze and just peel the corner.
Yep.
If that's possibly what Tony's thinking.
Torge would like to move both guards if he could here. It's close. 1, 2. Just about rolls it in the house. Good job.
Yeah, it does remove both reds, so it's his own stone that's out front at least, so if he does have to drive it in at any point, it's going to be his own.
Näin. Noniin. Helppoa kuin heinänteko. Eli kierto tonne taakse. Okay. Teille.
Jerry Sulmana. His first shot. Trying to play it out, try and draw around. Weight looks fairly good if the line's good.
Just rolls round the edge.
Smashes the edge on the way past.
Norway go after it, just try and drive the yellow onto it rather than clean pick it.
Yeah, I'm sure they will do. Hit half stone on the high side, yellow onto red. Yellow roll across in front of the other yellows. He's probably just saying, look, when you clear everything off here.
Yeah, nice shot.
Well played. So what's going to happen here? What's his call going to be? Is he going to try and tap that and flop him on the wide side, or hit and roll into the centre?
I think you've got to play the tap. You've got to use them yellow stones. They're there to help. Just bump them back back tee, and you might get a slight mistake, or end up Norway catching red stone in the 4 foot, 8 foot. Might set up an opportunity for 2.
He certainly doesn't want to take it out. He wants just to move it back a fraction. Even if he didn't lie first shot here, Kenny, it's not the end of the world. He was to freeze into the pocket's not a bad shot either. Lie second shot. How's his weight? Looks okay, just sweeping for line. Seeing a bit high just now.
Yeah, I've seen our Van Peterson's first as well down that line, and it hung really straight at draw weight. That one was a little bit more than just tee, so maybe just the ice straightening up a little bit.
Certainly in that spot it is. Stones are always sanded before the big competitions to get the bottom of the granite roughed up, more aggression into the ice to get more swing. Every game that goes on, they get slightly straighter. And I know that Paul Martin, the head ice technician, we will give them some attention tonight before the playoff games tomorrow. And I guess the teams that he's friendly with, he'll let them know what he's doing. The rest of the guys can find out as they go.
Years ago, it was unspoken about when Icemen were manipulating stones, let's say, but now they're quite open with it.
Yep, the great dark secrets of what happened in the ice rinks during the night when the Icemen were sanding the stones for the following day. Good shot from Thomas. 2 up in the game, lying 4. 3 shots to come. You've got to be pretty happy, Kenny.
Yeah, finds a great spot with this one, right in on top of the other one.
Close enough to the guard, it'd be very difficult for Tommy to move them. He's going to make a play in the front one again. This is not the situation you want to find himself in. 2 down, facing 4, chasing the game. He's not able to apply any pressure to Norway at all.
Yes, I think he's looking for a triple on the front one, drive it back onto the 2 in the house and try and hopefully blank this end. I think that's what he's looking for. Maybe win it in 9.
Big weight. Out turned down the centre. That's to draw a bit.
And catches that one on the high side, so a great opportunity now for Ulsrud to probably close this game out. If he could throw one right onto the centre line. You've got to feel Tommy, who hasn't played a draw that I can remember, he's going to find it really difficult to hit that 1 foot.
Yeah, just exactly where his brush is just now. The white and blue lines join. Slightly inside, let Tommy see a fraction of the first shot. Tempt him to make a run at it, or a cold draw to the bottom. As you say, we can't think of any draws that he's had to make. Nearly all takeouts. Good discussion with the Norwegian team. Everybody's involved in it. They all understand what's being asked for here. No doubt what they're going to go for here.
Så lenge du garder en flikan, så holder det.
Ja, vet dere i hvert fall, vi må krysse senter da.
Så han må jo kjappe den for å få igjen.
Vi må krysse senter, så det er lett for deg.
Ja, vi må krysse senter.
Dere å se. Ok?
Altså,
T.Ulsrud from the Snarøyhallen Curling Club in Oslo. Produced some superb teams over the years. Igor Ramsfeld, Paul Trulsen, Igor world champion, Trulsen Olympic gold medalist in Salt Lake City. And now the mantle being carried by Thomas Ulsrud. Working it hard for weight, Kenny. Is he gonna?
Yeah, it's maybe a little bit light, but these guys are pretty good sweepers. As long as he asks the question, I think he didn't want to put it too tight to leave an easy shot for. It's like a nose hit for 1.
I think he's done enough. He's blocked the double takeout, so forcing T.Rantamaki to try and draw the 1 foot for the shot.
Yeah, I would have liked that maybe a little bit tighter.
Yeah, I think he was just about 3 metres lighter weight. He was trying to bring it down to the top of the 8 foot, top of the 12 foot.
Yeah, it's been interesting to see if Tommy can make this one. Like I said, we haven't seen him play many draws in this game. I can't actually remember him playing a draw, so let's see how he can get this one dialed in.
Tough shot. Relying on sweepers to get the weight right for him here. No panic at this stage, just keeping it clean.
Yeah, line weight looks pretty good though.
Yeah, needs to sweep it all the way now. Could be a fraction light, I think. He's not going to fraction light, he's way light. Gives up 2 shots and then concedes the game. Norway running out 5 shots to 1 winners there. A very good performance by T.Ulsrud. They qualify for the quarter-final play tomorrow morning. Strong performance. Top end especially. Made no mistakes.
Yeah, Dave, for me, Finland tried not to lose the game, rather go out there and win it. T.Ulsrud and his side were just patient, didn't let it frustrate them that Finland weren't really here to play. They just sat back and waited for a couple of mistakes and punished them quite severely when they did make a slight mistake.
Yep, it was a game of patience from Norway, took their chances. They wrapped up with an 82% team performance against the 79% from Finland, but the key thing was Nergar 86, Ulsrud 93. If your skip shoots 93, Kenny, you don't lose too many games.
Yeah, but remember, you can shoot 93 as long as, and if you miss the last shot, you've possibly lost the game. So, yeah, stats don't really mean too much, but the important stat is the one that goes on the board, and that's the big W. And then you see the handshake once more.
Finnish boys drop into the B road. And they'll play against Brad Height and his 3 sons from Canada at 2:45 this afternoon. From Kenny Edwards and myself, we'll sign off for the moment. We'll be back with the C Road game later on today. And we'll see Rasmus Stern from Denmark play against Eskilsson from Sweden. Hope you can join us then.